Bonjour, monsieur. Have a seat while I practice.
Bonjour. I am Detective Raoul Monton.
I am Julie Geary. What can I do for you?
What are your thoughts regarding the chandelier tragedy?
I am glad you asked. It was the opera ghost. He has returned. I always knew he would.
How do you know it's the ghost?
Because I saw him.
Where and when did you see him?
It was 2 nights ago. I was coming out of my dressing room and I saw him on the staircase. He turned to me, then quickly ran up the stairs. I was too frightened to follow.
What did he look like?
He was dressed formally, but his clothes were rather old-fashioned, of the kind they wore during his day. He had on a cape and was carrying a cane. He was not wearing a mask. I only caught a glimpse of his face, for it was very dark. It looked like a skull.
Why do you say that you always knew he would return?
Because I have dreamt about it. I have some of the powers that my great-grandmother had, you see.
Tell me about your dreams.
I see him in the haze of darkness and shadows. He emerges. He has a woman with him dressed in white, but I cannot see her face. She is wearing a mask. I think I know who she might be, though.
Who do you think she is?
The Phantom was in love with a singer named Christine Day. It could be her, but I have a theory that it might be Christine Florent. There is some kind of connection between the two. Not only do they look alike, but they are both gifted singers. Perhaps that is why the ghost has returned here and now, because of her.
Your great-grandmother? Please, enlighten me.
Madame Geary worked at the opera as what today we would call an usher. She looked after the boxes. She was in charge of the Phantom's personal box.
Tell me more about Madame Geary.
To put it bluntly, she was a psychic. She communicated with the Phantom without ever seeing him or speaking to him directly. She also wrote a book about him which you can find in the opera library.
Communicated with him?
Yes. He would leave her instructions in his box, but she almost always knew beforehand what he wanted and provided it. The ghost tipped her very well. He was good to her.
Tell me about the book.
She wrote it around the turn of the century, after the Phantom's supposed death. She became something of an authority on the man. If you haven't read it, you probably should.
His personal box. Go on, please.
It was Box 5. He had ordered the manager of the opera to never sell the box, as it was his. He would attend the opera in that box, but no one knew how he got into it. He certainly didn't go through the door.
Didn't your great-grandmother see him in the box?
Never. She never tried to see him. She was a little afraid of him despite his kindness. But my mother said that great-grandmother told her that Box 5 had some kind of trick in it.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I am a dancer with the ballet corps. I am taking acting lessons and hope to become a prima donna like Christine Florent.
How long have you been associated with the opera?
My family has been with the opera all the way back to my great-grandmother. My mother was a costume seamstress. My grandmother was in the ballet like me. My great-grandmother worked for the public sector of the opera.
Do you know Christine Florent well?
She's very sweet, but she tends to keep to herself, like most prima donnas. I believe that she knows more about this chandelier incident than she lets on.
What do you think she knows?
When I mentioned that I saw the opera ghost the other day, she turned quite pale and said not to spread such rumors.
Merci. I shall speak with you later. Adieu.
Adieu, monsieur.
My dear Raoul, it is time that we settle our differences. 100 years is a long time to hold a grudge, and the weight of it has become unbearable. Revenge is the sweetest of all music, and soon the opera house shall be ringing with it.
Ah, Monsieur Montan, tell me what you've learned.
The Phantom has communicated to us by writing.
Oh? Really? The Phantom, eh? Well, let's see what you have. Well, anyone can write a note and sign it OG.
I found a note, addressed to me.
Really? This is extraordinary. Let me think about this a bit. I too have a note from the opera ghost. I thought it was a sick joke at first, but now... Well, here it is on the desk. Take it. I suppose I should have said something, notified the authorities. The tragedy might have been prevented. I feel terrible.
You do not have my permission to perform my Don Juan triumphant. Cease the production immediately, or I shall cause thee a great deal of stress.
There has been another crime in the library.
What do you mean?
Apparently, during the chaos tonight, you had a burglary.
What? In the library? Oh no, we were all so preoccupied with the chandelier mishap that no one noticed.
The artifacts are missing.
No! They're priceless! But who would have wanted them? They're of no use, really, to anyone but the Phantom.
It seems that this opera ghost of yours does exist.
Oh, come now, Raoul. You've been listening to too many rumors.
I am not sure they are rumors.
What do you mean by that, Raoul?
Earlier, I saw a man with a cape and a mask.
My dear Raoul, I have only to quote my late friend Samuel Beckett, the playwright. All men are born mad. Some remain so. Perhaps you should go home and rest.
Falling sandbags are not rumors.
What? Did you have an accident?
It was no accident.
Oh dear. My insurance premium is really going to go up now. Well, thank goodness you're all right.
You and Charles sound alike.
Well, he doesn't believe these rumors either. We're both sane, rational men.
Well, what do you have to say about all this?
Perhaps there is more to this than I thought. Do you really think this could be the work of the original Phantom of the Opera? Has Eric really returned?
Yes, I think so.
Well, I shall await further information before I commit to such a leap of faith. But the evidence is compelling.
It seems to me we're dealing with the supernatural.
Well, if one believes in that sort of thing. Do you?
Yes, it's the only explanation.
Then you are much more fanciful than I, Raoul. But all of this does give me the creeps. Well, Raoul, it sounds as if you've done an excellent job with investigating this case. It seems that all evidence points to the existence of something or someone trying to make us believe that he is the real Phantom of the Opera. I say we should... What was that? Who was that?
Oh, help! Come quick! It's Christine! Come quick! Help!
Quickly! Go to Christine's dressing room! Find out what happened!
She's dead! I saw him, monsieur! The Phantom! He was wearing his mask this time! I was backstage when he came running out of the stage right stairwell. He ran up the circular staircase towards the fly loft. Hurry! He's probably still there!
Raoul! Raoul! Wake up! Are you all right?
Monsieur de Chenet! Oh dear, oh dear. Wait, he's opening his eyes. He's awake! Dieu merci! Thank God!
Oh, Raoul! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Where am I?
Why, you're on the stage of the opera. You had a bad fall. What were you doing in the flyloft, Raoul? You're lucky you bounced off of a flat. My love, you could have been killed.
But the Phantom, he pushed me.
The Phantom? You mean the opera ghost? You saw him? My dear Vicomte, are you sure?
He's had a bad fall, Monsieur Richard. He needs to rest.
Did you call me Vicomte? What do you mean?
Raoul, don't tell us that you have amnesia.
You are Raoul, the Vicomte de Chenet. Have you forgotten?
Dear Raoul, that should help, shouldn't it?
The Phantom, he just killed Mademoiselle Florent.
He killed who?
Mademoiselle Florent? Who is that?
The poor man is delirious. Shall we take him to the hospital?
Who are you?
I'm Christine. Remember Christine Day? Perhaps you should see a doctor, Raoul.
Wait, can you tell me the date?
Why, it's June 24.
What is the year?
The year? Why, 'tis 1881.
All year long.
Christine Day? But you look like Christine Florent.
Raoul, who is Christine Florent? I think you must see the doctor.
Who is he?
You know Monsieur Richard. He's the manager of the opera. He's one of your closest friends.
Don't worry about it, old man. Rest your head. It will all come back to you in a while. But I must know about that unusual tuxedo you are wearing. Where did it come from? I have never seen that style before. Very dashing.
The tuxedo? It's what I always wear to the opera.
I have never seen you wear that particular tuxedo. It looks, I don't know, foreign or something. Is it something they're wearing in London these days? Yeah, well, never mind.
Please go now. I'll be all right.
Of course. I must run out for a bit, Raoul. I shall be in my dressing room in a while. Please, come visit me. I need to speak with you. My door will be open when I'm back. Rest and don't overtax yourself. Adieu. See you soon.
You take it easy, Raoul. I shall be in my office. Come see me in a bit. I have received yet another note from our friend, the opera ghost. Adieu for now.
What has happened to me? I've gone back in time somehow. And they say I'm Raoul de Chagny. This is bizarre. I must be dreaming. I'll pinch myself. Ouch! Well, I'm awake and I'm still here. I guess all I can do is work this thing out. Maybe catching the Phantom is the key. All right. I'll go along with this, whatever it is. Look out, Eric, Monsieur Phantom of the Opera. I've got your number.